Brown guy with tattoos. I think I'm covered. We're looking for a brown guy with tattoos. Perfect.
Is that the AK day?
That was the AK day. So
chest blasted.
Chest. He just what?
How about this? We'll give something for the listeners. All right.
Okay, dude, if people understood that they can get slapped at any fucking point in time, they would legitimately shut the fuck up. Fucking take the labels off of this shit. If they want to drink the bleach, drink the bleach. So day drinking, and then and I was like,
I caught that. I'm like, motherfucker! It's 11.
We're at work.
11 o'clock.
It's 11 o'clock in the morning.
At work at least.
It's 11
I
o'clock
was
in the
at work
morning.
too, but I was like, yes.
Now it's time for you to talk about blood dick.
Right.
Why the fuck were you guys talking about that before the fucking episode? Hashtag blood dick.
So awesome.
Listen, welcome to the Covert Standard. What's going on, people? That's right. We're back again for another episode on this Covert Standard podcast. We got the whole family back together. I know the last episode, guys, apologize about that. Some people were MIA. You can go ahead and text them about that and message them why they were late or they were gone. But me and Dillon had a pretty
that was me.
interesting conversation.
That was definitely me.
Anyway, so the sponsors, we're going to go get those out of the way because I'm sure you guys already know who the sponsors are. Those of you who are new, don't know the sponsors. Well, our first one at the top of the show, very important, is CabalUSA.co. Now, don't forget that there's no M at the end of that. It's CabalUSA.co. If you go there, it's your number one stop shop for all the right gear because you must have the right gear. You like that?
No.
You don't like that?
No, I didn't
I
like
thought
it
that
as
was
much.
I thought that was kind of cool. Anyway, you can go there and get all types of things like hats, some T-shirts, mugs, but most importantly, you can get holsters. Okay. Now, a lot of you guys that follow me on Instagram saw me run an actual belt rig that had a Cabal USA holster on it, and it worked phenomenally. So if you have a Glock and you want to go ahead and buy a holster inside the waistband or outside the waistband, and or you have a 365, I believe a P365 he has on there as well, and also a P320. So if you have a SIG P320, 365, or a Glock 9mm or 40, the frames are all the same size. You can get one on there as well.
He teased a 320 full size today.
Oh, he teased one, didn't he?
Outside the waistband.
Look at that. So if you got a SIG 320, that'll be a nice little awesome gift you can get. But don't forget, because you are an awesome listener of Covert Standard, you can use our promo code. Our promo code is Covert Standard. Go to the last page when you're about to pay and put your address in, whether it be your address or if you're hiding it from the wife, you're going to probably put your buddy's address. And go ahead and put the promo code on there. You get 15% off just using Covert Standard and being a listener. So it's awesome, and thank you for being a listener. Next up is going to be iView Marketing. If you go to iViewMarketing.com, it's your number one stop shop for all print management services. So if you want to get anything printed, as Dillon over here says, if you want to get shit on shit, you'll be able to go there and get anything printed on whatever you need. So if you want t-shirts, buttons, stickers, or hats, you can go there and get it all done. So now that that's over with.
Embroidering and engraving as well.
He engraves?
Yeah.
Like, does he do gun engraving?
No.
Well, then it doesn't matter. So I just want to start off real quick because I know that we have a lot of listeners, and I don't want anybody thinking that I'm singling anybody out because we love all of our fans.
No, but fuck you guys over there. You know who you are.
But I want to go ahead and throw out Canada real quick. We have got some diehard listeners out in Canada right now, and it's becoming a really big group. I'm paying attention to the geography. The geolocation portion of the service that we use.
Chase, he's talking about where people are when he uses those words. It's like fancy terminology for like where someone is on the planet.
I'm sorry, I wasn't paying attention to anything you said. Have you been drinking?
Good morrow. Good morrow, sir. So basically, I just want to give you guys a shout out real quick. I had a fan from Canada hit us up on our Instagram page and told us that that they love and are enjoying our show, and they feel that their rights or basically how they feel the
lack of rights that they have.
The lack of rights that they have over there, unfortunately. But they believe in everything just like us. And I've noticed that they've been downloading heavily over there. So there's a few of you guys out there. So I just want to give a shout out to you guys. Thanks for listening. I appreciate the feedback. And if you guys have anything, man, give us some ideas and stuff. It's a shout out for you. So yeah, I think that's pretty dope.
Good luck with the cold and Trudeau.
Yeah, the cold Trudeau and not having a Second Amendment. What it is keep
or
up the
First Amendment.
or First Amendment or any amendment that we have over here. You know what? Keep up the fight, though. That doesn't mean it can't change.
Right.
It doesn't mean that you
Absolutely.
can't change it as a people. It's happened in history before. That's how America was born. And you don't want to end up like Australia, because our brothers in Australia, because I know we have some Australian listeners as well.
Yeah.
They took away all of the firearms over there, and now they are defenseless.
They just had a mass shooting, though.
Yeah. Yeah. How did they have a mass shooting when they banned everything? I
You
wish.
mean a bad guy got their hands on something?
I really wish our politicians would pull their heads out of their asses and actually understand this.
That's impossible.
What, removing their heads out of their ass? I thought it was impossible to put the head in ass.
So Chase has been involved in his phone, and I just saw a glimpse as he was putting it away, and it just made me so happy when I saw what he was looking up.
Yeah. An individual that didn't have the right
So we
gear.
got to address this. Yes, not having the right gear. Now,
That
so on
dude's
the
face.
outside,
That
it's my
dude's face.
He did go to Cabal USA.
It's my
Fuck no.
It's
He
good,
went to-
Fuck no.
Cheaper than dirt. That's where he went.
good thing he didn't. For one, all right, we're all thankful he didn't go. But if you don't know what we're talking about, there was a attempted it was an active shooter, attempted mass shooter in Austin at a courthouse, and it didn't go so well for him. And
man.
if you know anything about gear, he didn't have the right gear. My favorite meme, I love two things. One, he didn't successfully kill anybody, and two, the internet has been roasting the fuck out of this dead asshole.
Should be.
And my favorite meme of this so far is, this is what happens when you have zero gun training and you go on AR15.com.
No,
Yeah, I mean, yes, the DPMS rifle, fucking
Duct tape.
terrible sight.
Duct tape the forearm
I mean,
together.
he's got Magpul mags. He doesn't have.
They're not all Magpul, though.
they
no,
are
he
not
had like a
all
mixture
Magpul.
of different kinds of
They
magazines.
have
Yeah.
shitty magazines that are not being held in.
Magpul, Velcro,
The
mag carriers.
vest, bro.
Yeah,
the
the
vest is
vest.
fucking like Vietnam era. I can take frag, but not rounds. And look at the balaclava with those glasses.
The balaclava.
What's the glasses in the military that fucking they wear?
BCGs, man.
BCGs.
And
That's
birth
exactly
control
what the fuck
glasses.
he's got on.
His face in that picture is fucking like, fuck me. Fuck me. I picked the wrong fucking state, the wrong place. No fucking.
Did anybody do a deep dive on this piece of shit? Like, do you know why or what or anything?
No,
I don't think
I
we're
didn't.
there
I don't know why.
I don't
he did
care
it.
to look any of this shit up.
No,
So
because it
I've
doesn't-
heard
yeah.
conflicting things. I've heard one people very casually say, "Oh, it was a social justice warrior type," and then I had another real casually say, "Oh, he was into far right conspiracies." I don't really know nor really care. Like, I feel like the person's politics is kind of irrelevant. Crazy and evil is kind
Crazy's
of just
crazy.
crazy and evil.
Yeah, crazy's crazy.
I
So-
mean, who really gives a shit? Fuck.
Right?
I mean, if he's a
Fuck
Fuck
that
this-
guy.
fuck that guy.
Dude, I have not laughed so hard at a dead body before.
Jesus.
That's fucked up.
Well,
It's
first
fucked
of all-
up. Listen, that's fucked up. But did you watch those memes? Did you see some of them?
Those memes are fucking awesome.
They were pretty.
yeah,
they were
the
pretty good.
fucking
First thing she tells you not to worry about.
yeah, that one. I think that's what he's going for. I think he's going for a fucking SAS guy in Kenya.
He's trying to copy
Pose
everything.
everything.
He's on a budget. We call that badass on a budget.
Bro, cheaper than dirt. That's what it is.
Motherfucker.
Sorry,
Should
let-
have gone to
let
Cabal
me-
USA.
Let me not take light of the subject that this could have turned into a horrendous event. Let me not take light of the fact that that this could have been a really bad thing, and the guy made a really bad judgment call. Right? We all agree, crazy is crazy.
First up, he didn't go to a gun-free zone. So,
But why the fuck would you do it in Texas?
and
Yeah.
that was the
That's
other
the
thing I was
second
going to follow up.
mistake. Do you
That-
remember?
there's
do you
a lot of
dude, hey,
mistakes.
do you remember that
By
shooting
the courthouse.
that
Right?
they had a Draw Mohammed Day in Texas somewhere, and two Islamic terrorists tried to go in and shoot people, but they fucked up because it was in Texas,
Yes.
and their officers can actually shoot there,
Yes.
and he actually just drilled both
Yeah,
of
it's
them in
good.
the head.
It's gun friendly stuff.
Yeah.
Did you see
Yeah. I don't
our
understand.
good buddy Kaliwan Noir?
Our good buddy, huh?
the fuck?
Have you taken a look at his post about this shooter?
Not
It's
at all.
the little short one.
It's a very short one, but I really like what he says in there. He's basically I'm gonna give it to you in a nutshell, not verbatim, but basically he says, "See what happens when you start shooting at these guys?
right.
Like, see what happens when
They're
you shoot at
fucking
them?
cowards.
They're fucking cowards.
Yeah.
You shoot at them." right? And they will stop shooting and they will run and hide. And then you just fucking plug, 2 in the chest and 1 in the fucking head, and they're done. So the whole point is
5 in the face.
Or 17 in the chest, Chase's standards. He can't count.
No chest. Face. Face shooting
17 all in the face. So basically, like, one thing to take from this is simply this. Us being armed is not a problem. Law-abiding citizens are not the problem. The crazy people are always going to be able to get a hold of whatever device. It doesn't have to be a gun. I mean, look at the Oklahoma City bombing. The guy didn't have a gun. He used an explosive device he made out of household material. So basically, he says this. So look what happens when you shoot at somebody. When you return fire, these motherfuckers will duck, fall behind, and actually run away. And that's what I would like to instill into the general population. Don't be scared of these people that make these dumbass decisions. Stand up for yourself. It's your God-given right here in the United States.
So I don't know if I mentioned it on the last podcast, but it was actually like right when we were sitting down to do it. I saw it on my phone. I'm pretty sure I showed it to you, Fred, but it's the rainbow flag with the "Don't Tread on Me" snake on it. Yeah, that just says "Shoot back."
I like that.
I fucking love that.
I loved it. Yeah, I absolutely love that. And you know what it is? If I'm not mistaken, it was an advocacy group, right? For
Gun Owners America.
Yeah.
Were the ones that were like posting it.
They posted it on that whole fucking shootout.
It was for the LGBT community, though.
Right? Of course.
It's like, listen, that we recognize that your rights are just as much as ours. Like, I love that. Shoot back. Don't be a victim. Shoot the fuck back. And I love it. So I'm all about that. I'm a little high about that. Like I absolutely believe that. Any one of these fucking cowardice motherfuckers that go ahead and decide to do a devious act like that, you as a law-abiding citizen, fire back. They're not gonna commit it.
I figured you were gonna have more to say on this, Chase.
No,
I thought you were doing all kind of research on your phone.
No, I just wanted to look at his face.
The guy.
Yeah. That's the I fucked up look.
Oh yeah.
Dude, he literally had
face.
That's all I got.
He had his fucking rifle in the same hand with the fucking maggot. Is that what it was?
And he was
he had a rifle,
boots on blouse.
Yeah.
Jesus, he was a fucking mess. A fucking mess. And after getting shot, the cops were trying to fucking bring him back to life so he can face fucking charges.
Isn't that the best
the way it goes, bro.
deterrent for mass shooters?
A bullet?
No.
Multiple rounds in the face?
Yes, but also
Lots of
mass public humiliation.
Oh yeah.
Because like all these assholes want to be infamous, and like they want to like.
Yes, and
I'm going to agree and disagree with that.
Yes and no.
Like, because that's not the kind of infamy he wanted. The kind he got.
So,
Yes,
so a lot of
you're
these
right.
people actually, it's been proven that they do it because it creates this like name for them. It becomes a fad.
Right. I killed the most.
So exactly. So
Right.
I disagree with putting their name on blast and everything like that. However, the way it's happened on this shooter was amazing.
I don't know this asshole's name. I just seen his face.
I think this was better. If we were going to do it, I think this was a better approach to make fun of him, to humiliate him,
Right.
to just say, fuck this guy. This guy's a piece of shit. I don't give a fuck. And here's the thing. I'm a diehard fucking veteran supporter. I'm a veteran myself. I'm all about the military supporter. But I don't give a fuck if you're going to do a dumbass act like this and go against your oath, right? Go against your oath and decide to make a dumbass fucking decision like this, then, you lose my respect.
Sure.
So yeah, fuck yeah. Humiliate the fuck out of this guy. I don't even know his name either. I just know the memes.
That's the best
I
thing.
know all the memes.
Because I just imagine there's some fucking underground culture to where they talk about this kind of shit and they try to egg each other on of like being the best at fucking doing murderous, terrible shit. And they have to be losing their shit right now. Like anybody that's thinking about doing something like this has to be thinking, well, I don't want to be this guy. Like that's a real fucking thing, and that just brings a smile
the
on my
right gear.
face.
Yes,
I think active shooter, shoot the fuck out of them, post those pictures up, and just make fun of them. Like, hey, dumbass, you just got shot.
Yeah.
I'm all about it.
Yeah.
Sometimes it takes a little bit more violence. It takes a little bit more. I can't find the word I'm looking for. Gore. Maybe a little bit more gore to put behind it, a little bit more to show them that basically you're not as equal as us as human beings. You are less than human for doing these dumbass things. Seems a little mean.
No, fuck him. No, I like the who's the guy you were talking about? Uncle Sam's
Misguided children.
Yeah.
Oh my
Whatever
god,
fuck.
he posted the
Oh,
funniest
he's
shit.
posting the fucking guy shot and dead.
Right.
Yes, that should be all over.
Right.
Like if you're
That should be everywhere.
fucking one of those, this is what's going to end up.
This
you're
is
gonna end
what
up like
this is what's going to happen to you, you fucks.
What do you since we're on the fucking shooting topic? What do you think about the so Parkland shooting incident? where the sheriff's deputy was outside and didn't go inside.
About him getting arrested and tried for it?
Actually getting charged for shit, like 9 felony charges or some nonsense. Yeah or nay?
Yes, yay.
Don't know anything what's going on.
You don't know about the sheriff that we're talking about, or you don't know what's going on to him?
Generally,
no, I don't know what's going on with the sheriff.
Parkland shooting happened. Kid went inside, fucking started shooting up all the kids. The normal stuff.
Okay.
The sheriff's deputy that was the SRO or the fucking school resource officer on scene pretty much stayed outside, outside of where the bad guy was.
Got it.
Actually, supposedly he was hiding from it as well.
The coward in Broward.
That one. Perfect.
That's how I know him.
So
they've arrested him on 11 felony charges.
I didn't think it was that much, but yeah, something ridiculous amount of felony charges.
It was a ridiculous amount. To be honest, I thought he would have fucking shot himself by now.
That was my assumption as well.
Because knowing that
Shame?
you're
Kill yourself with shame.
Yeah, dude. Like, think about it. That was your fucking job. Yes, I know you're about to fucking retire, but your one fucking job, dude.
Okay,
they sign up for these fucking positions, dude.
So you can hear me, right?
Okay.
The only yes, that was shitty. Yes, he's terrible. Yes, he should probably burn in hell because he could have solved the problem. He was an SRO for a majority of his career, meaning he was at the schools for a good part of it. I will tell you that there's some good SROs out there, but I will tell you majority are the fat guys that should not be doing anything with patrol or out there dealing with people. They are sometimes, not so much now, after the fucking Parkland shooting.
In Florida, anyways.
That they're the rejects.
Yes. The black sheep is generally
yes.
the nice way of saying it, I guess. Rather than the rejects.
The
black sheep.
Generally, the SROs are the rejects. They're the guys that can't cut it on patrol. They can't cut it here. They can't make the fucking PT standards. They can't shoot, all that type of shit.
Right.
They've been in it forever, so you don't want to get rid of them.
Okay.
So let's put them somewhere, and hopefully they can protect kids.
Still irrelevant to me.
I get that. I'm just saying that.
Like, I feel like fat, out of shape teachers that want to have the right to conceal carry and had the right to conceal carry probably still would have stepped in that situation.
I agree.
If they had that ability. So his fucking job, obviously, I know you're in agreement on this. His job was to protect those fucking kids.
Yes.
It's weird to me, though. I don't know if you know this or not, but they've already lost a civil suit around this.
Yes.
Because the judge said that the officer had no obligation to protect those children.
It's a thing, actually.
Yeah.
I don't understand how that's a thing.
What it comes down to is going to be the willpower of the individual. So when shit goes down, that's when you're going to see the true colors of whoever's going to be on your left or right-hand side, no matter what.
Right.
So, and the calling was there on his fucking door, and if he was a fucking... You're saying that he's been doing it for most of his fucking career. Shame on the fucking command to just let that slide.
Okay, so I read the whole like FDLE fucking after shoot report and all that type of shit, and there's a lot of fucking reading, and I'm not very good at reading. But it's about 900 pages.
Yeah.
And so it's showing the breakdown. It's showing how the school...
So you read like 3 pages.
I think they have like a fucking dummies guide where they do like the crown and
Cliff
fucking, show you what happened.
Little
and all that type of shit.
little highlighter. Read that and then skip 20 pages. Read that.
I did that. And so it's really good because it breaks down everything. Originally when it happened, yes, he doesn't have to go in. He doesn't have to do it. He doesn't have to go in there and risk his life to save him. He doesn't.
Okay.
No. You don't get to interrupt. He doesn't have to do that.
Okay.
A good cop or any cop worth his salt, that's kind of what we're here for. They're going to go do that.
Okay.
When I originally, before reading the FDL report, I thought they were on the same page the same as Columbine. Why Columbine was so terrible is because it was the thought process: surround the motherfucker, contain everything, and fucking wait for SWAT to come in. A lot of the municipalities and fucking cops everywhere. That was the thing forever until pretty much Parkland. Now that you read more into it now, Parkland, they actually had they had active shooter, they had active assailant, all that type of bullshit. Where this is how we go in and this is how we shoot people. I don't know. I'm on the fence, I guess is the best way to put it. After everything, yes, he should be. He's a fucking terrible dude. That's what you fucking get. You should. I'm surprised it took so long. But yeah, the civil suit where he didn't actually have to do it. That's kind of a
Fred,
thing.
I want to give you the opportunity, but I got a lot to say here. But
I have a ton.
I know,
I'm waiting for everybody to get it out.
I'll let you go first.
And then I'm going to... No, go ahead.
Okay.
I have the right questions
So
in my
I'll
head.
just take your word for that. I guess I'm too ignorant on the topic, but I'll take your word for that he doesn't have an obligation to do so. I'm confused on how that could possibly be the case. Talk about nurses and or doctors, right? If they're out in public and someone is...
Completely different.
Okay.
But go
Explain how.
I'm sorry. No.
Because
You're
I haven't made my point yet.
To
but
save
but
somebody's
if you think,
life is what you're saying. Correct? To do the, like, if somebody's dying, I have to go save them. Correct?
there is an obligation.
Their obligation to save them.
Correct.
To go
Totally different how.
to go into gunfire
Yes.
to risk your life.
Yes.
You saying a nurse and a doctor is going to do the same thing?
No.
Okay, so what are you saying?
No, I'm saying that when we certify a nurse and or doctor and they go through
to save somebody's life, yes. Okay, so
I'm just waiting so I can say what I'm trying to say.
Firefighters, second responders, right?
Mm-hmm.
They don't go anywhere till cops solve the problem, so they can go in to save lives.
Okay.
So yes, they are designed, and that's what they're supposed to do. They're supposed to save lives, but that's the end problem of saving their life. We're talking an active shooter. We're talking somebody's killing somebody. So you're saying that doctor is going to go over there and fucking go shoot that motherfucker?
No, I'm not trying to say that at all. That's why I was waiting for you to finish so I could actually make my point.
Go ahead.
So when someone is out in public and they are not working in any capacity and they have their doctorate or their medical license, the onus is on them to act. You and I could get medical training and we could see someone, we could be CPR certified and see someone that needs CPR and do nothing and have nothing happen to us. Nothing.
Yeah, you won't get sued in the state of Florida for even if you fucking attempt and they die and you fucking pretty much fucking them over.
But if you don't attempt, there's nothing on you.
Yes.
You can't get in trouble for inaction.
Yes.
But if you have a medical license in the state of Florida, in most states in this country, and you are watching someone die and you don't do anything, you lose your medical license. In certain cases, you certainly could be held liable in civil court. No one's going to jail for it, but they're definitely going to be held liable in civil court.
Everything.
As far as officers are concerned, to where they aren't purchasing a gun, they're not going out and requesting training. They're getting employed to operate as a firearm, on their side. They're getting issued a firearm. Witnessing a violent felony.
Okay.
The idea that they have no obligation to do anything, got a problem with it. Not saying that this guy needs to go to jail, but to say that there shouldn't be criminal or civil repercussions of that is mind-boggling to me.
The handgun on a cop is to protect himself. It is not to protect the public.
Okay.
That is. I hate to tell you, that's what it's there for. It's to protect them. Handgun is not offensive capacity; it's defensive.
Absolutely, totally agree to that. But what is their purpose there?
To what? To have a handgun to shoot people?
So
to stop them from harming them.
It's a deterrent. That's a first step in security.
We won't even talk about the RSO aspect of it. Just as an officer, the reason that they are having a firearm on their persons is because they're responding to violent felonies, right?
Yes, to defend themselves
when trying to deal with violent felonies.
Yes.
Right. So their job is to go deal with violent felonies. When a violent felony is in act, now obviously there's reasonable point to where you can say, okay, well, there's 50 assailants. He's not expected to go take on an army. All right, that's understandable. But to say that there's no onus, even on a civil level, like, yeah, I understand if you didn't have that courage to do that, And I understand that the firearm is for self-defense, but it's for self-defense because you're obligated to go deal with people breaking the law. I mean, that is the job. And especially when you drop the school resource officer in the mix, like literally that officer has zero purpose for being there other than to establish a safe environment. There is no reason a school should ever have an officer there if it's not for defending kids, if it's not for establishing a safe environment. There's no need for it.
Well,
If a teacher catches a kid dealing drugs, they can call the police. They don't fucking need an officer to sit there and give tickets. It's to establish a safe environment.
The original, before this big push for the SROs, is cops were there to deal with the shenanigans that the kids ensued. And it was the bullshit, it was the drugs, it was them getting into it. Hey, fucking smack them on the fucking face. Don't do that shit again, guys. The lack of warrior culture, or the lack of what you're really there for, has been something pushed in the last few years.
Yeah.
Any school resource officer was not there for an active shooter. Not a thought process, because they were
I would never make that argument. I wouldn't make that argument.
Okay.
But okay, if the officer was watching a kid get stabbed to death, does he not have an obligation to do something?
He should, yes.
Does he have an obligation to do something?
To fucking take the guy to jail afterwards. That's his obligation.
After what?
After the stabbing. So in the thought process, if Scott's there, he sees somebody getting or about attempted to get stabbed.
Sure.
He doesn't have to stop it. He's just going to take him to fucking jail afterwards. It's cleanup, bro. Cops were there for cleanup. There's different thought processes in the world. There's different. I would tell you that most of the SROs that are running around, I would not them. I don't want them to have a gun. I've seen them shoot.
Listen, so I've talked to a lot of people about this, and I'm gonna table that. I'm gonna let Fred get to it. Fred's getting frustrated over there.
No, not frustrated. Not frustrated.
No,
I just don't want to. I don't want the conversation to dead by the time I have my point. That's
right.
all.
Go.
You know what I'm saying? So that's the only reason why I'm not frustrated. I have a couple questions. Okay, my first question is:
a couple answers, maybe.
Is there an oath said when you become an officer?
Yes.
Does that oath instill on protecting the general public?
Yes.
Okay, so the reason why I asked this is because I also took an oath. You also took an oath. You also took an oath. We took an oath, right? Our oath may be a little bit different, but it's similar. Doctors will take an oath, okay? The President of the United States takes an oath. All of our elected officials of the United States take an oath. I take that oath to heart, okay? Because I promised something using my words, using my voice, using my sound mind. I took an oath, and I stand by that because I am what I like to call an oath keeper, right? When a law enforcement officer makes an oath, that officer individually rose their right hand, not because they were made to do it, but because they chose to do it, and they rose their hand, and they swore an oath to protect and serve. It's on everybody's vehicle, okay? It's on everybody's slogan. It's on everything that deals with law enforcement, at least to my knowledge of what I've been able to see, is to protect and serve. My point that I want to make on this is because of this oath, I don't care about court systems, okay? I don't care about what the politicians say. What I care about is your moral obligation to complete or comply with the oath you gave, because I am a firm believer in the words that you promised. So when you take an oath and you say, I protect and serve, like what we did in the military, the Constitution, right? From foreign and domestic, right?
Yep.
I mean, we all did it. I take that to heart. Because why? Because what is a man without his word?
So, okay, no,
so,
continue. Excuse me.
Yes, legally, you may be able to fight the fact that he didn't have an obligation to go in there. But 25 years ago, because I'm assuming he was close to retiring, I'm assuming 25 years to the retirement age.
Damn sure close.
25 years ago, as a young man, he made an oath to protect and serve. That doesn't mean that you have an expiration date. as long as you have that badge on your chest and you have that gun on your waist and every day you're walking these streets, just because
We're waddling those halls.
Again, like I said earlier, I'm sorry, I didn't.
No. Go
it's
ahead.
not-
We
it's
haven't heard you.
As far as the whole, it's a moral and a willpower.
yes,
You've seen guys fucking ducking
Sure.
and not doing shit
Sure.
and won't do shit throughout the whole fucking firefight.
Mhm.
You know, it fucking happens.
I'm not going to say any names, but I have
but
names
it,
in my
it
head.
happens.
Yeah.
So
It fucking
character.
happens.
Mhm.
It's a characteristic of that individual
Mm-hmm.
and their willingness to fucking actually stick to that, like you said. But just because, I just wanted to point that out. That's it.
No, that's a good point because that's where I'm going.
Character.
That's where I'm going.
Character.
The question is, is this
Is there a
right that he
question?
gets that he gets trialed for it? My answer is yes. Regardless,
Oh, okay, yeah. I'm not disagreeing.
my answer is yes, and I'm going along with the lines with you and you and you. Everybody
Yep.
said everything that I'm thinking about. I'm going along the lines of I don't give a fuck if for whatever reason by law you weren't obligated to protect those kids. You swore a fucking oath, and when you fucking swear an oath, okay, you need to keep your fucking word. And that's how I fucking feel. I swore an oath, and everybody else has sworn an oath. And just like you said, Dave, I had people that in the middle of a fucking firefight didn't do anything. I'm not going to say any fucking names, but they didn't do anything. And if that would have got any of my fucking brothers killed, that shit would have fucking put me on fire right then and there. So listen, these
it
are
would
kids'
eat you
lives.
alive.
Exactly.
That's
These
what
are,
it would do.
these-
And that's why I said I was surprised he didn't kill himself.
yes.
Because it was 2 years.
Yes.
This happened 2 years ago.
The character. Yes, agreed. There's shitty cops. There's shitty people. There's shitty military members. There's people that take an oath that are shit. Even fucking doctors. There are some shitty fucking doctors. It's the individual.
Yeah.
He didn't have the right to fucking, or he supposedly doesn't have the right to fucking go into it. I don't know if he would do anything better or if he would have solved the problem. Okay, so the whole 900 pages, there's more than just this motherfucker. There is another cop, a sergeant that goes there. He goes fucking, oh, I almost fucked up. He goes there on scene, rolls back out, and then fucking goes to the highway to do an overwatch position. There's tons. It's just not this motherfucker.
Sure.
It's
I thought it was
the,
3 other officers.
I think there's more than 3.
Yeah.
It's just a shitload of shitty fucking people. The sheriff, fuck him. Yeah, he's not the sheriff anymore.
He's a piece of shit. And there's a
That's-
reason he's not the
that's the
sheriff
problem.
anymore.
Well, that's the-
everybody knew he was a piece of shit.
That's what I'm saying. The culture of that. It's not. There's a shitload of people that take that oath and they're like, yeah, I'm going to get a paycheck. Fuck everything. It's different. Like, so so here we'll make this real easy. No, we'll make this easy. You take a fucking SWAT guy,
Yep.
and he goes to SRO. What the fuck do you think he's going to do?
You're bored as fuck.
And solve that fucking problem when fucking kids get shot up.
Yep.
Sure.
So you take a guy that's been sitting at the back of the bus for 20 plus fucking years. What's he going to do? Not a goddamn thing.
Still sit in the back of the bus.
I get that. Listen, I'm not saying that we don't have shitty people out there. Okay, we had shitty people in the fucking military.
It's
we had
all-
shitty people.
I mean,
it's
it's
across the
Just
fucking
because
board.
this guy's a
big
piece
shit
of shit
show.
doesn't speak poorly on law enforcement.
No, I fucking listen.
No,
our podcast right now. Let me go ahead and say
agreed.
that just in case if anybody's turned off by this. Our podcast supports 100% all veterans, all first
Yeah.
responders, all second responders, all third responders. How many responders are there?
All of the responders.
All of the responders.
There's
Wait,
fire, which is the second, and there's law enforcement for the first.
I thought fire was first.
No, they're not.
No, they're
And
second.
then- and
They're
we
fucking
discovered that.
not.
No, but fire's first, and then when you guys show up, they just like kind of pawn it off to you guys.
Depends
And
on
they slowly walk back to the bush like the Homer Simpson meme.
Depends on what it is,
You know?
but yes, they have done that.
You're like, oh, you got it? All right, peace.
No, we're pro everything. It's just the
So I just want to put that out there. We're pro everything. However,
character.
we have shitty people.
Yes.
All I'm saying is, should this guy fucking
Now be held to account for a shitty character.
It's because he's a cop, and it's I don't like cops going to jail over.
That's why
being
I feel
shitty.
like civil is
but-
the fucking.
Yes.
That's the like
Yes.
lose his whole fucking
Civ-
pension.
Yes.
If he's been a piece of shit for 20 years, fucking take his pension.
No disagreement. No disagreement on that part.
Can I give a closing statement before we go further, so that way I can back
Oh,
off?
we're going on something else?
I'm gonna give a-
I
I'm gonna give a-
got one more thing before we move.
I'm going
on.
to give a closing statement.
Yeah,
For me, so I can just back out gracefully, like a gazelle.
You're not good at
from this conversation. and I'm talking to you.
Me?
When I say you,
No.
you're listening to this podcast right now.
Oh.
You are listening to this. If you are in a position to where you have the ability to help another human being and you made an oath, you by fucking sure better keep that fucking oath or don't do it at all. My fucking point of view is he made a point to fucking say an oath. I don't give a fuck if it's the day before he retires. He put himself, he puts those people he fucking swore to know for before he puts it for himself. Just like in the military, I put those people in front of me before I put for myself. I didn't think about myself. I thought about them. I thought about my brothers, and I thought about the people we were protecting, okay? So if you make a fucking oath, and you swear an oath, you better fucking keep it. If you don't, then you damn right fucking deserve this shit. Sorry. That's it.
So
That's my
you're
closing point.
You're gonna break up bum fights? That's normally fun to watch.
Terrible.
I fucking love bum fights. Don't ever take that from
Terrible
me.
closing.
Okay. I just want to add one more thing to this before we can talk about something entertaining.
Not graceful.
That was graceful.
It was not graceful,
I
bro.
looked graceful like,
No.
like a gazelle
No
leaping
gazelle.
from the meadows.
Your comment
No
about
gazelle.
Are they in meadows?
he's probably
I
a
don't know.
piece of shit. Well, he's definitely a piece of shit, but he probably is a terrible shot. Would he have been a positive influence? Would he have affected it in any way?
Go ahead. I know where you're going.
Two things. I don't think you would have had to even hit the individual to make an impact. Like we talked about just a little bit ago, these people are fucking cowards.
Mm-hmm.
They're not looking to exchange fire. They're looking to, that's why they're in a gun-free zone. But what I was going to go to, which might not be where you think my head's at, is teachers. So it's such a great debate in this country, and Democrats and even some Republicans frame it as you're crazy to support teachers being able to conceal carry. We passed a very restrictive bill in the state of Florida to allow, the county has to approve it, and then the person can't just be a teacher. He also has to be a coach or an after-school activities person of some sort. And then he has to go basically get SWAT training from the cops.
Sorry. That's awesome. I'm just imagining, imagining a history.
I don't want to add a cliff note to
I don't
that.
think... Go ahead.
Because, like...
I like the teacher because okay, yeah.
So, all right, teacher has a gun. Either way, gun or not, there'll be character that will try their best, their damnedest, to fucking stop that individual with a gun or not.
I'll just become a teacher.
Yeah, that happened in Parkland. He died.
Yes, he did. I remember. He stood in front of the door.
Coach.
The coach.
Yeah.
The coach.
And if he
Fuck
was...
yeah,
if
I'm
he
taking
was,
the next step for that coach.
yeah,
That guy's a
to that
badass.
fucking coach.
To
To
that
the
coach.
fucking coach, man.
But that's what I was going to get at. There's people out there that are going to be willing to fucking do that and step up.
What I would like to see the law do is support those people. There should be very minimal restrictions on basically you need a holster that's actually designed specifically for your gun. You can't have a generic Uncle Mike's piece of shit holster. You need to have a holster that's
We're going to have to bleep that out and then say, use Cabal USA.
Cabal USA holster.
You
That
want to
would-
have a
that would-
Cabal
that
USA.
would-
Speaking of holsters,
that would qualify, assuming you had the right gun, for what I'm talking about. Have a holster
be a Glock.
designed for a specific model,
Yeah.
and or if you want to store it, it needs to be held in a particular type of safe that has to be bolted down in a particular type of way. I don't think that storing a gun is a good idea at all.
Is it my turn yet?
No, I'm still ranting.
Okay. Take
yeah,
time.
you
I'll be
wait
here
your
all-
turn.
I'll be here all night.
So
You wait your turn.
My point is that you could have a couple very minimal regulations, and that would allow you to safely have a firearm in the classroom. And ultimately, whether you want to think that someone needs a high amount of training or not, the truth is that there is countless numbers of cases of Americans in this country having zero firearm training, picking the gun up and firing it basically for the first fucking time, that have saved their own lives. All right? And it doesn't take a significant amount of skill for a teacher to have all the students crowded in a corner and be able to point a gun at
the
a
door.
doorway.
Yeah.
It does not take that much skill.
I completely agree.
I really wish that we would talk about it more reasonably. It's scoffed out of the conversation. Go ahead.
How many teachers have you talked to?
I've talked to a few when I was in school.
1 million teachers.
I've talked to more.
I've talked to way less teachers than you, but probably like 5 outside of being in school.
I've talked
no.
to 6.
Okay.
And
Okay.
they're
More.
anti.
Okay.
More. And
Sure.
I love because I'm on the same. Yes, more guns the better. I will tell you that 90% of the teachers, maybe not that much, are female. Right.
Yep. A high percentage of female.
Yes, because they're very smart and they can teach.
They got
Well,
patience.
I think that's the requirement of a teacher.
If we're
They're
gonna
very
get
smart and they have patience.
If we're going to get Jordan Peterson on this subject,
Sure.
it is a people-oriented job, and that females tend to gravitate more to that field.
So that being said, I like the thought process
No offense to the male teachers.
of like the generally the female teachers think of their kids as like their kids.
Their own kids, yes.
So they're gonna mama bear and fucking kill a majority of them. I will tell you, a majority of them don't like guns, and
Of
I'll
course.
tell you that a majority of them don't think that's a thing. They don't think they should be armed. They don't.
Okay, then don't listen. No one is arguing that this is the
Yeah,
frustrating
we don't have to
part.
make you do it.
Yeah, this is the frustrating part when this conversation happens. It's mocked, and they make it sound like someone's trying to forcibly arm teachers. No one is trying to do that. All we're trying to do is
It's making
the
an
teachers
option.
that are in there that do have a concealed weapons license and want to
Allow them.
So
can
what do you
and
think
aren't
is
going
going
to
to
be
happen?
facing jail time, because that's the difference. Yeah, a lot of them aren't pro-gun. A lot of them don't know anything about guns. A lot of them don't think that that's a thing. But the people that do are facing prison time if they do that. They're facing prison time if they take a gun to work to defend themselves and their kids. That's not cool. That's my only point.
So change.
Everyone faces prison time when you defend yourself. You go to jail.
Not when not mandatory when you take it to work.
Actually, stand your ground law.
You still go to jail for investigation.
No, you don't go to jail.
Not necessarily, no, but you will go to court. But
Things get taken away from you.
There's something.
Yes.
There's definitely There's things that I've been wanting to talk about on the podcast with you in particular for a second. But
we're gonna pick on Chase today.
No,
All right.
no.
Sounds good.
Hope you're ready for this.
Just to my point, though,
Be
I
sure,
get
be
what
sure
you're
to
saying.
wish.
That like,
Be sure to wish him a happy birthday. By the way, listeners.
Thank you.
Bad Karma Live. Go on his Instagram.
Wait,
Hold on.
it's his birthday?
It was. It's not anymore.
Happy
Jesus Christ.
birthday to you. Happy birthday.
You're not wearing the right outfit.
To you.
where's that shield? I need that
Take-
Captain American outfit and the
take-
shield.
Oh, I'll take that.
Happy
Look at that ass.
birthday,
It's Captain's ass. Or America's ass.
America's ass.
Mr. America.
Oh, I like that.
Happy
I like that. I'll take that.
birthday to
I just imagine the dude
you.
sweating his ass off on the fucking treadmill. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Chase,
I can see it
Chase,
just now.
trash.
Chase right now is really red because he got really turned on by that. That's,
I can only get so hard. Thank you very much.
Look,
All right.
there was a part of me that wanted me to interrupt you and just stop you from doing that
But we kept
Marilyn
going with
Monroe shit.
But it was too good.
But not that it was too good. It's just I want that in the air so everybody can actually enjoy that.
I just put myself out there. It is now on every episode of me singing the Chase.
So, to your point a second ago, Dave, everybody faces jail time when they use a firearm in defense. That's absolutely true. You know,
It doesn't even have to be a firearm. It could be a machete.
To use
Machete?
lethal force on another individual, they have to come to the decision that was in self-defense. That's absolutely true.
Yeah.
But you don't. You're facing jail time just for having the firearm at the school. That was my point. Is that it wasn't
Don't get caught.
right, and then hope that if you do have to use it against an active shooter, that they'll take mercy on you. That's just a fucked up position to put people in. And then what I wanted to bring up with you is we kind of had talked about the stand your ground law in Florida and how you're protected civilly in the stand your ground law if you're deemed like passable, if you will.
Yeah,
in the
not
stand
guilty.
your ground. Yeah, that's only true. I only know this because we talked to a lawyer guy,
Friend of ours.
lawyer guy that you know.
Which one? Oh, yeah. Go ahead.
That I mean, listen,
it,
he's
man.
a fucking awesome person, but that's the most accurate way. That was a hand gesture that the listeners don't need to hear. So
we said he had a big hammer.
yes,
Major big hammer.
so that's only true if the person that is in question, that is the person that got shot, is convicted of a violent felony. I think he had a better term for it, but something felony. So essentially, in Florida, the stand your ground statute that protects you from civil cases is only going to come into effect if the person you shot lives. Because if he dies, they're not going to take the time to convict him. So if you use your gun in Florida to protect yourself and it's completely justified and the person dies, you're still kind of open for civil case against you.
Sure.
Wait, you're still kind of open?
Yeah.
From the family, right?
Yeah,
not from him.
There could be a civil
Well, yeah,
case.
he's dead as fuck. He can't do anything.
Yeah, that guy. The guy that's dead. The guy that's like not talking anymore. Yeah, he's the one that's trying to do this shit right now. Fuck that guy.
So then you're fucked either way you go.
Yeah, pretty much.
I mean, that's
So put all the guns away and don't defend yourself.
It's somewhat what happened with that 14-year-old
Just buy some carry
kid.
insurance from somebody.
You're
the guy
going to get
has a
sued no
family.
matter what you do.
if
Yeah.
the guy
Yeah,
has
just
a
buy
family.
some fucking insurance. It's pretty cheap.
If the guy has
There
a
you go.
family.
It's like Netflix money.
But remember that kid that fucking
Careful.
ended up
You have
getting...
to buy the right insurance, though.
Yeah, I mean, do your research. I'm not going to make any recommendations, but you know, it's like Netflix money. There's a lot of good ones out there. Just buy something, and you should be good. Also, if you're an officer out there, from talking from some officers that I know, they highly recommend doing that too. Just because you will have a lawyer looking out for you if you're ever involved in a deadly shooting. But they're also simultaneously going to be working for the department, and you're kind of secondary. So, although the lawyer is supposed to have your interests and heart equally, that might not be the worst thing to have your own independent lawyer in that situation.
Do it.
Yeah.
Do it.
And hopefully you don't have to shoot anybody. Is it so, like, how many officers have to deal? Like, has the percentage gone up of officers having to use firearms in line of duty, or is it just the fact that we have cameras everywhere so we see it all the time?
That's what it is. I don't think it's actually gone up. I think it's just because we can see it more now because of technology
that was
and
such
communication.
a common phrase of like,
Oh, I never used my gun.
well, no, like I forgot, like there was some percentage, like 98% of officers will never use a firearm in the line of duty.
And I've heard a lot of old timers that say, I've never pulled my gun.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But they fucked around all the
But
time.
just make me
like
wonder,
fucking Super Troopers.
is society getting more violent, or is it just that there's cameras, or is the fact that there's cameras everywhere making society more violent? It's like, is
Population.
art creating reality in a sorts?
Math.
You said it.
Fucking, we're going to add more people, so more shit's going to happen. We're going to add more.
Yeah, I mean, you could do the per capita
but
thing.
I would
It's still,
yes,
it's still
I
the
would
percentage
say
is going to be the
there's more.
same. Percentage is going to be the same.
Percentage will be the same. Well, no. Will it?
Here's a
Yeah, when there's more people, it's still going
pose
to
a
be
question
Well, yeah,
to a
I
bunch
get
of
what you're
people
saying.
that
10%
can't answer the
of
topic.
100.
Understaffed.
Every 100 people,
Understaffed
one
police.
person, right?
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Okay,
Per
I get what
capita.
you're saying, yeah.
Per capita, yeah.
I still say yes. I say yes. That we're getting worse, and people are getting worse, and they're more
worser?
active.
Well, people
more
are
worser.
getting worser because of fucking some
More
crazy
worser.
shit. So I've been writing down some notes, and I'm glad that I'm going to bring this up. But
Good.
you have
I've
some
been wondering
fucks.
I've been
that-
wondering what you're writing over there.
Yeah, I
that
was
you
like,
got
what
some
are you
fucks
doing
that
over here?
do this
Journalist.
fucking sovereign citizens, man.
Yes.
Where the fuck do they pull these fucking cliff notes out of their wallet? And they got like these little fucking little cards like, I am a traveler.
I actually know. I know the answer to it.
But before you answer that, though,
he looks so upset right now.
I fucking
He's
I hate,
like, I hate that you fucking brought
hate
my
sovereign
my
citizens.
favorite, though, is the videos of the veteran cops that are like, you're new to this, aren't you? Because the people that are doing this for a while, they don't need the notes.
They don't need to But my favorite thing to do lately is to go on fucking YouTube and watch Donut Operator
Sovereign
and
Citizen Bingo.
Sovereign Citizen Bingo.
good.
It's so fucking good. It's so fucking
I
good.
have to go check this out.
It
I
is
don't know what that
fucking
is.
I hate Sovereign
priceless.
Citizens.
But the bingo part makes it so much better. It makes it so much better.
It's the same shit. They say the same fucking 15 phrases.
yeah. It's
And
so
it's
fucking great.
All on the interwebs because all you have to do is buy something and then they fucking teach you the sovereign citizen nonsense.
Oh, they gotta pay for this shit?
Some of them do, yes.
Oh my god.
And so it gives you the I'm a free traveler, say this because the cops don't know what to do. Yeah, you get ripped out of the fucking car because you're going to jail.
Yeah. So it's
I'm gonna sue you.
I've talked about this before. I
be the
feel
first time.
like it's it's like equatable to the flat earthers. Like they feel like they know something that, like, if they recite these magic words, the laws no longer apply to them. And they've been suckered into it, and I kind of, part of me feels bad for them.
I don't fucking feel bad for that, man. You get free choice in this fucking life of yours.
Tell you what,
you can choose what you want to do.
I get really upset when flat earthers actually have like a legit fucking paying job. And I'm like, how?
Well, I mean, I want them to have a paying job. I want everybody to
succeed, and I want you to believe in what you want to believe in.
But
However,
people get suckered into some dumb shit. Wesley Snipes didn't pay taxes. All right? Wesley Snipes didn't pay taxes.
Yeah, I don't know what he was thinking there.
He got talked into some dumb shit. All right? There's nothing wrong with
that. Hold on. So we're not blaming Wesley Snipes. We're blaming on him believing in...
He seriously got talked into, some federalist bullshit of like, the federal government doesn't actually have any ability to actually prosecute for taxes because they have no right to charge.
Is that a real thing?
Well, there's retards that say it.
But is that a real thing for Wesley Snipes?
No! That's why he went to prison. He found out how real it wasn't.
Yeah. He found out real quick.
He paid the iron price.
I love it. You know what's funny is he's actually from Pine Hills.
Yes.
That's the funny part of it. He's like right
Florida.
up the block. He's like right up the street.
Makes me like him more.
Shut the fuck up. I had no idea.
You had no idea he was from Pine Hills?
Dude, I work like
for real?
Literally a light away from Pine Hills.
Yes, he grew up in Pine Hills.
You're very close.
He's from Pine Hills, yeah.
Old timers that aren't alive anymore, unfortunately, that I worked with, they did like concealed carry classes with him and shit.
That's so fucking dope.
That's dope. I like Wesley Snipes though, man. Demolition Man. Come on.
He's a hell of an actor.
Blade.
Hell of a fucking actor.
You. I'm a fan of him forever.
He's a fucking ninjutsu, fucking sword bearing, gun fighting, blonde-haired motherfucker.
Enemy of the state.
Just got bad advice.
Yeah. That's all it took.
From someone going, I don't think the federal government.
Shit.
But
I don't think he got suckered in, bro. I think he literally was just like,
Well, here's the thing, man. I think what happened was like we get really fucking lazy and fucking trying to. What's going on?
I don't know. I think
some Hulu.
I'll explain to you later.
Okay. So we hear something. We hear something. No, but this is going into the Wesley Snipes thing. But we hear something once and we think that's fucking fact, and we won't even fucking do some research on that.
Yeah.
So I think we as people just need to fucking work on that. Am I right?
Yes. To fucking not be a fucking moron and actually look up your facts.
Yeah.
Yes.
Boom.
Yeah. Everybody's a grown ass fucking adult,
Sir,
man.
I don't consent to come out of the car.
I do not consent to your illegal search and seizure of my private property.
No, what was it? What was it? I do not support what you are trying to do.
Don't do
I
that.
do not support.
Don't do that.
Fucking
Chase
idiots,
is gonna have a fucking aneurysm over here.
Don't do that.
I do not consent.
I mean, do that. Actually,
do that. Give me my job fund.
You cannot stop me from my right to travel.
The old one in the minivan with the kids in the back and the wife, and he's screaming rape when they're pulling him out of the van. It's so golden. It's so funny.
I think.
I've seen all those.
I think of the minivan sovereign citizens where they distracted one and they fucking shot him with an AK. That's where my mind goes.
I understand.
So fuck sovereign citizens.
Yeah,
I know.
That's
that's
me,
also
right?
kind of.
I get it. I get it.
That's also kind of. That's a little unfair. When 90% of them are totally innocent idiots, and then you take the fucking...
You had a guy come into a shop once upon a time.
They're not innocent.
And they're like,
okay,
you can't tax me on this.
Depends on what you feel they're guilty of.
I can't tax you on this.
Murderous is another level.
You remember that?
Bro,
Yes.
they're on that.
Come on.
That's why we don't like them.
I understand that, but that's 10%. That's not 90%.
No, it's a good percent of those motherfuckers. They will fight, they will fucking shoot it out.
I remember the chick. I remember the chick with the baby that she got arrested for not, registering her vehicle, driving it under, and then they came to her house to serve the warrant, and she sat live streamed that shit with a fucking pump shotgun. Like, you're not wrong. They do get violent and deadly sometimes, but I've watched too many of those retards to think that it's that high of a percentage. There's a lot of innocent retards, and by innocent I don't mean
there's a high percentage.
Maybe
Wesley Snipes is part of that.
No, he's not one of those.
Hold on. The perfect line was, "There are a lot of innocent retards."
I'm just saying.
Yes.
That is going to
You
go
are right.
somewhere.
And on that note,
That is going to go somewhere.
Dude, my
It's going
job
on a sticker
prospects, if
or a
someone,
T-shirt or something.
If someone digs this shit up, there's so much fucking savage shit I've said on this.
there are a lot.
Good.
There are
Morrow.
lots of innocent retards.
Innocent retards.
Hey, that's our next hashtag. We haven't had one in a while. Hashtag
Bro,
innocent retards.
we haven't had one forever.
I don't think we can use that R word in today's society.
You know what?
Instagram.
2019 means that I can say what the fuck I want now because they can say what the fuck they want. That's how this works. So hashtag innocent retards.
He's waiting for you to carve that into
I'm
the
waiting
table.
for you to carve it. That's
I
a
need
good
a-
one.
one,
Is that a
two,
vote?
yes.
Vote.
Dave?
I wrote it down on there.
But is it a vote?
It's a vote.
It's a vote.
Sold.
It's a vote.
Sold.
Don't let my wife
Sold
hear this.
to innocent. Yeah. Oh, that bad joke I said. Oh
Dude,
my god.
she loses this
Good
shit.
Bro,
fucking job, bro.
I've messed up so
Yeah,
bad.
I looked at you and you're like, you can't save this, but fucking say something.
I even said, did I just say something that was fucked up?
Yeah.
I'm not supposed to.
Yes.
She's like, yes. I was
Yes,
like,
you did.
I'm so sorry, dude. I felt so apologetic on that one. I really did like misspeak.
Well, one, it was her house.
Yes, I fucked up.
You
I
felt
fucked up
the
bad.
cold air come in, and you're
Dude,
like, whoa.
there was a draft. like if I was in Supernatural and a fucking spirit was in that
The
room,
lights
the
start
lights
flickering.
fucking flickered. The fucking furniture moved. There was a cold fucking breeze that hit the back of my neck because I felt it. You heard me. I knew I said it. I was like,
I was laughing the whole time.
I know you were.
I was laughing
because you were like, haha, I didn't say it this time. Oh my goodness. Oh, that was that. Yeah, that I felt so bad, man. I was so apologetic on that one. But then again, like I'm not apologetic.
You're
'cause
an
it was
innocent
pretty fun.
retard. That's what
I'm
it
gonna
is.
call-
Hashtag.
Hashtag innocent
Yep,
retard.
that's what happened right there.
So it's not a lot of innocent retard. It's innocent retard.
Innocent retards.
Innocent retards. Hashtag innocent retards.
Okay.
I'm gonna start using all of these hashtags, by the way, in our post for Covert Standard. All of them. They're just gonna be every single one of our posts is gonna have these hashtags in it.
We're all gonna get fired.
It's going to happen.
But we all potentially
We're like,
might just be kings.
2
of the world.
months from
Fuck it.
now, we'll be like, listeners, could you please support us
Can you
on
please
Patreon?
Can
Hey.
you please pay?
Hey,
We're
look,
going out on the
listen.
streets.
There is
We'll
no
do-
shame on using fucking Patreon,
do
all
No,
right?
no, we
We'll
have
do- we'll
we
do
have enough
4
episodes
videos
for
a
it right
week.
now. We got some pretty fucked up episodes. I still saved. They're still here.
So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, I actually do want to listen to a few of those because supposedly these guys said that I was here for some of them, and I'm
Yeah.
like,
You were
Dave-
here for all of them.
Dave's
Yeah.
literally blackout
Yeah,
drunk on some
blackout
of them.
drunk.
He just
He
not.
has no
he
idea
looked
that we
me
were
square in the eye and said, "I think you're mistaken, sir." I was like, "No, bitch, I was sober compared
yeah.
to you."
And then I'm like, was I drunk? Well, you slammed the door. That sounds like drunk me.
He's got a list. He's got a
literally
list of
like-
things.
He literally looked at me and said, "Well, Fred's got it recorded. We'll find out if it's true."
We'll find.
We'll get the facts right here.
So, if you guys want to listen to these things,
Patreon.
blow up Fred's email and see if we can fucking get this Patreon going, and so
I've
you
got-
guys can check it out.
So in case you guys aren't tracking or following, so there's been a lot of episodes recorded since the beginning, since before we started
Heard a lot of
actually
good things.
releasing.
Not bad.
Yeah.
Sorry.
And in these fucking episodes, we get really shit-faced fucking hammered drunk. Believe it or not, for the first episode was the least hammered we were on for the first 10 that we recorded.
What?
So,
Except for Dave.
except for Dave. Dave was hammered the
Hashtag
entire
wine
time.
dick.
Dude, that was like the
Hashtag wine
third
dick.
one.
So,
That was the third one that day.
He gets really animated.
so I thought actually we all thought about it was them suggesting it, putting it on Patreon and actually getting you guys to, so that we can get some people to donate for the show. Thought about putting those fucked up episodes because there's some fucked up shit.
I think we just got to keep going. We
Yeah.
got to bank some more fucked up.
I'm gonna
episodes.
bank some more fucked up episodes, but let me know. Listen, you guys have been hitting me up already. You've been hitting everybody else up. Message us. Go to the website. Let us know. And give us some ideas. I think that we're going to bank up on these to where I got a good, solid 20 episodes. Because we do this quite often.
We're gonna fuck up too many more times.
Bro, the next one's going to be fucked up at the rate we're going.
Yeah, we've
So
been drinking.
Patreon, here we come.
We've been drinking a lot. But
Patreon, here
I
we
figured we released some secret episodes of some fucked up shit we've been saying. And everybody that supports the show can help us out here so that we can keep this thing growing. The main point that I was trying to say to a lot of people is that realistically what we're here for is to be another voice in the world of freedom. Okay, we all have different viewpoints sometimes, and we all have similar viewpoints at sometimes, but we all can completely agree that we live on the soil and we love the people, and even those that are outside of the country of the United States also love the way we are. They love what foundation that we believe in, and that's what it's all about. So.
Canada.
Go Canada, right?
We love you.
They're not alone. There's some people in Norway. There's some fucking
Norway, Australia, New Zealand,
California.
California, that foreign country, California. If you guys don't know that one,
No love for that.
So I bought a Tin Cup. It's an American whiskey. I was giving it a shot here, and a couple drops fell on the table as I was putting it into the glass there.
And it like melted the table.
And I took a sip and thought, oh, that's really good. And then I looked down at the drops and I kind of wipe it away and it ate the varnish off the table.
There's a lot of alcohol varnish
that's
wipe
good
offs
stuff,
all
bro.
over the table.
I'm
This
just
table is
saying,
so fucked up and I love it.
It's kind
there's
of
so
awesome.
much character.
It's battle
There's so
worn.
much fucking
Just-
love in this fucking table and I fucking love it.
This side.
There's like
Nope.
knife stabs, there's
Nope.
carvings,
This
there's
side.
stickers,
This
there's
side.
fucking alcohol burn marks. That
Why'd
I
you
think-
point it at me for that?
I think Dave peed on the corner over there. There's a lot of awesome things on this fucking table.
We'll take a picture for you folks. We'll post it on Facebook.
We'll post it after about
Facebook,
Instagram.
once
And
we get to
Facebook.
our year mark. I think when we get to our year mark, that's when we'll go ahead and do all these other things. We're almost there.
Maybe.
We're getting
Bro,
there.
we're like right there.
We're getting there.
we're
We
like
still have
right
a few
there.
months, but we're getting there.
Are we?
So
Are we there?
All right, how about this? I'll be willing to fucking put something out for the listeners. If we can get a shit ton of subscribers, give me a number, guys. What's a number that you guys consider a shit ton?
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
5,000.
If we get 5,000 subscribers on our fucking podcast, I would drink that zombie survival can. It's been sitting
Oh,
on in
God.
shelves.
No.
On that shelf.
That thing is gross.
Why would
For,
you
like-
do that?
That
It's
is
called Dave Cabal Goes to Hospital.
Dude, that thing has been sitting on.
So
That's
have-
at least 10 years old.
I
Have-
bet you won't.
Have Dave 2.0 on standby. if I fucking go down.
Good job. Good job.
This thing has been sitting on a shelf. It's probably not even
Yeah.
liquid anymore.
Look,
It's
I mean,
probably
as we get
solid.
closer-
Do you
I'm gonna
know
ump up-
somebody that can help out just in case he dies, besides Dave 2.0.
we can stomach pump him.
You see, he's trying to bring me back, and Chase is already
Chase is
trying
like,
to
no,
replace me.
die now. So even if it's a solid thing inside of there, you're gonna
I
drink
mean, I
it,
don't
right?
see a clearly stated expiration date.
Yeah, there's no
If
expiration
it's
date on
solid, if it's
Especially with all that
solidified
shit
inside
in
of the
there.
can, you're gonna eat it.
it. I'll do a bite.
I'll
do it back.
You can't go back on it now. It's for the fans.
Dude, it's clearly liquid.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, it's
I
still
got it in my
liquid.
hand. It's liquid.
It's been,
Yeah.
dude. That's a
anything
10-year-old
that's
can.
been in. If it was a rat in
Shit,
there, it would have
look.
dissolved already.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Chase drank out of it.
Duh.
Come on.
Yes. Oh wait,
For that video.
that was a thing.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Sounds
ladies
good,
and
bro.
gentlemen, this has been another successful episode. It's as always, it's a pleasure to be a voice for you guys, and I hope that we're talking about some nonsense you guys agree with. And if you have any comments on anything that we say, please go to covertstandard.com. That's www.covertstandard.com and check us out. You'll also see on our sponsor page Cabal USA, so don't forget about going cabalusa.co and check out all of his stuff right here. So, from Bad Karma Live,
Hi.
Cabal USA,
Don't be a sovereign citizen.
Clear Malfunction,
That's a good sign off, bro.
That is a good sign
That's
off.
a good sign off.
If you want something in life, fucking work for it, please.
Yeah.
I
Don't be a
am
sovereign citizen.
I am the Nitro Panda, and this is Covert Standard, motherfuckers. We appreciate you guys listening. Have a wonderful night, weekend, week, or whatever the fuck it is. Peace.